So here we are with Chef Erick Korsh at North End Grill in Lower Manhattan. Thanks for having us.
Thanks for being here.
What's on the menu for today?
We're gonna do a whole roasted squab with savory anchovy vinaigrette and peas.
Show me how it's done. What is a squab? It's a bird, obviously.
Yep, game bird, farm raised in California.
Okay.
We get it through D'Artagnan. It's a pigeon.
It's not even like a cousin. That is a pigeon.
That's a pigeon.
So like all these guys that are hanging out in front of the restaurant.
No, those
is
are
that where you got it?
Those are in the Dove family, I think. This is different.
So this guy's of a higher bloodline.
Oh, much higher.
The feathers are gone, obviously.
Yep.
He's naked and ready to go.
All right, so when you take the head off of a bird, you don't want to cut it too high up because when you roast a bird, the skin contracts.
So that's why when I get a chicken that's been butchered, there's that little piece kind of hanging out.
Exactly. So we'll just open up the belly a little bit. We'll pull it all out.
Wow, there you go.
If you want to leave the liver in, you certainly can. But other than that, everything else just comes out. And then what we'll do is take tons of fresh savory.
Jamming it in there.
Jam it in there, and then we'll hit it with a whole bunch of Malden sea salt.
Nice.
In there as well. And we'll do a little Malden around the outside.
Hearty amount of salt.
Yeah.
I mean, I think people sometimes fear salt, but a lot of that is going to come off during the cooking.
A ton of it is going to come off, yeah. So I get the pan nice and hot. We'll add a little bit of the duck fat in.
So that's all rendered fat.
Exactly. The bird goes in the pan like that. And you can see, like, you know, the curve of the bird should always go to the curve of the pan.
Okay. And basically, you're just getting the skin nice and crisp.
Exactly. You know, I've been cooking squab probably, it's been a constant on my menu for about 10 years now. Back when I was the chef of the Waverly Inn, Mimi Sheraton came in, and she would always come in and order the squab.
Okay.
And one day I was chatting with her, and she told me that in Paris in the 60s, she used to have pigeon and peas. It was her idea, telling me about a 50-year-old Parisian brasserie, Parisian brasserie dish, pigeon and peas, that led me to do this for the first time.
That's great. And so, like, serving this medium rare, it's like the same thing you would do with, like, duck. Right?
Yeah.
Like, I think people get freaked out when they think of a bird. That's what squab and duck and game birds are essentially red meat.
You know, as the pan gets hot, kind of pull it off.
Yeah, it seems like you're going on and off because you don't want to get it over hot.
Yeah, exactly. So now you've got some pretty good color, right?
Really beautiful.
The duck fat is rendering out. Just keep the squab up at the top, and I'll tilt the pan a little bit, and I'll just kind of baste the bird, which evens out the color, and I'll even take some of that hot fat and put it in the cavity to get the savory happening as well.
Yeah.
And then what we're gonna do, we're gonna put it in the oven for about 2 minutes.
Okay, about how hot is the oven there?
The oven's probably about 400 degrees. We want it to be rare when we pull it off the bone.
And then it's going to continue to cook as it's resting.
Exactly.
About 2 minutes in the oven.
We'll put it on the cutting board here, let it rest for a minute.
It looks beautiful. I mean, the sear you got is like great. You can just like see the nice golden brown hue to it.
I know. I always think about those ducks hanging in the windows in Chinatown,
Yeah.
or in like Sunset Park. You know?
Peking duck. I love
Yeah.
it. We've rested it, and now we're gonna butcher it up.
Carefully take the legs off. You can see it's still pretty rare.
For sure, it is. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
This thigh meat to me is like some of the most enjoyable eating on the whole squab.
Right.
So what I'll do is make sure that I get as much of that skin as possible. Right. So you have your legs and your thighs there, and then it leaves us with the breast. And once again, you want to just be really careful in how you go about doing this. You want to find the breastbone, and then place your knife on the side of it, and just go straight down.
And just cut right through that bone.
And then you have your carcass here, which you can add to the head and the feet, and use that for making a sauce later on. We're gonna cook our peas off now, and you know we like our peas to be
Not mushy, but cooked.
right. So the legs will go in now.
See that the skin kind of curling up. You know it's getting nice and crispy.
One thing I'll do is I'll take tenderloins off. I'll just kiss them in the pan, right? So we'll just put those in the fat,
Perfect. Just roll them around in the fat a little bit. Get sear on them.
right?
Yeah, beautiful.
You can add a little bit of butter,
Just a little.
just a little bit.
When you hit herbs with that heat, just kind of like really extracts the flavor. And I mean,
Yeah.
I can smell it. I mean, like as soon as you put it in there, like that green kind of aromatic just kind of pulled out. Yeah, it's great.
Once your butter has a little color to it, you can just baste the legs and the.
So now you're just adding heat on the other side that's not the bottom of the pan. Now that heat's coming on the top.
Exactly. You want the skin to be nice and crispy. The flesh side you don't want to be as crispy. You know, you want it to be nice and gentle. At this point, what we can do, we can take our peas out, and the peas just go right on the plate. All right, so that's pretty good.
Beautiful. Wow, look at that.
You know, take your nice golden pieces of squab out of the pan.
Like you said, that's like a Peking duck. It has that same like brown, like orange.
Very similar, right?
Beautiful, yeah.
Just for ease of eating, what I'll do is I'll separate the leg and the thigh just by cutting
There's
the
no
bone.
bone attaching that. It's just like
Right.
a lollipop.
And we encourage people to use their fingers.
Yeah, looks beautiful.
Yeah, and then the final step is just a little vinaigrette. And the vinaigrette is, you know, olive oil, garlic, a little chopped anchovy,
Mixing it up a la minute and
then just a little bit of the vinaigrette around. Some savory, you can just pick a little savory over the top.
All this cooking is making me very thirsty.
Yeah,
all of your cooking is making me very thirsty.
We better have something to drink.
I give it a lot of thought, as I always do. You want a wine that has some earthiness. And for me, there's one area that kind of bodies earthiness in wine, and that's wines from Bordeaux.
Yep.
Chateau Vieille-Cure is the producer. They're in the area called Fronsac.
Okay.
Super traditional area. I mean, you can tell by the label. This is not a very modern production.
Yeah.
Pretty old school, but classic, just like this dish. 2004 as a vintage, very approachable vintage in its youth. So it should be just the right amount of soft, supple texture, but some good tannin on there that should cut through that fat. So we'll see.
We'll do the leg first.
It's like chicken wings. Oh, it's great. A great pairing is when both the food and the wine are elevated. Really vibrant, like a good counterpoint to the, the richer, gamier, fatty quality of the meats. It's perfect. Pigeon and peas.
Pigeon and peas. Cheers. In New York City.
Can't beat it.
And having something between breakfast and lunch, and just felt so good. And it was my type of niche of like what I wanted, and I wanted to bring to Chicago, but also add this Greek, because I am Greek, this Greek heritage of this family recipes and twists, and make it into this contemporary brunch with a Greek twist.